we're back, everybody.
Hi, FlossTube.
Hi, Al.
This is round number 2.
Yeah, and my name is Peter.
I'm Kathy.
And we are Pete's Bee Skeps.
And Carolina Cross Stitcher.
Yes, and so thankful to have you with us again today.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully you will enjoy the short amount of time. We don't have as much to show you this time as we did before.
Right.
But hopefully this will be entertaining. And we want to thank you for taking the time to watch our channel.
Mm-hmm.
And please subscribe if you'd like, and give us a like.
Right. Today is October the 1st.
Yes.
First day of October.
First day of October.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Hurricane Ian is behind us now.
Yep. It left a lot of destruction down in Florida.
Yeah, we need to pray for those folks down there.
Yeah.
And so our hearts go out to them. And we're very thankful. We got a lot of rain and a lot of wind here in North Carolina, but no damage where we're at.
That we know of. We've had a few reports of people out of power, but nothing compared to what Florida's going through.
Right.
So, yeah, we do need to remember all them in our prayers and thoughts.
Indeed.
Yep. So a little bit of a life update. Buddy, our dog, is doing much better. He blew his ACL out 3 weeks ago, maybe a little over 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
And we took him to the vet, and the vet was hesitant to do surgery right away because of his age. And so he put him on anti-inflammatories and pain medication, and that helped some, but not much.
Not really.
We took him back a week later, and our preferred vet, we were able to meet with him, Dr. Manning, and he suggested doing laser treatment. And that has really proven to be beneficial for him.
Sure has, yeah.
Yeah.
Because a full-blown ACL operation probably would not work anyway because he's so old.
Because of his age, and it would be hard to recover, and a lot of pain, and all that. So he thought we'd give this a try, and 7 treatments is what we've got.
4 so far.
4 so far. So we've got 3 more to go, and he's just there's such a marked improvement in his movements. He's able to get up the steps on the front porch by himself.
Yeah, don't have to pick him up, carry him around no more.
Nope. Matter of fact, he tried to go upstairs the other day, and we had to quickly get him back downstairs because he doesn't need to be testing the waters too much.
Yeah.
You
got gates all over the doors here to keep him from going into rooms and from going to the upstairs to the bonus room and that. But Kathy left the gate open at one time, so he took opportunity and thought he'd just go right on upstairs because he likes to be up there with Kathy.
Yeah, and I like to have him up there too, but he's 40. He's 40 pounds. He feels like 80 when you pick him up, though.
Actually, it's 45, I think, right?
Well, I think he was 45, but I think he's lost down a little bit. He's trimmed down a little bit.
He's still a chunky monkey.
He's a chunky monkey. But anyway, I'm trying to recover from ragweed season. North Carolina is really strong in ragweed, and never used to bother me when I was younger, but boy, it sure does now. It really kind of gets me down. So please excuse the raspy voice and coughing. We'll try to edit out as much as we can from that.
Tough time of the year for you.
It's a tough time, yeah. Spring and fall are the really hard times. But anyway, we make do. Anyway, this is a channel about cross-stitching and quilting.
Yep, and woodworking too.
Woodworking, yes. And we throw in some other things. Matter of fact, I wanted you to show some of your artwork.
Oh.
Maybe next time we can show some of Peter's artwork because he's a marvelous painter. And
I like it. I like it. It's very therapeutic, and I love doing it. I love spreading paint around and see what comes out of a canvas.
Yeah, you're a marvelous painter. But anyway, I appreciate you coming back for subscribers, our subscribers that you've been so kind to us to subscribe and comment. And if you like what you see, subscribe and like and hit the little bell, and it will notify you when we have another FlossTube available. Yeah. But we appreciate you so much.
We do, and I know we're all slaves to the subscribe and the like button and the notification there. That's just the way things are here with this venue, this avenue, and that. And we're we're no different, I should say.
Right.
And but we really do appreciate the time you take. If you would like us and subscribe to us, and we also try to, as part of the community, help others in their YouTube channels and subscribing and that kind of thing to them.
And to comment more, I want to really kind of be more diligent in commenting on other FlossTubers more, because a lot of times I watch on TV and then I forget to go to my phone or my iPad and comment. But anyway, I want to try to do that more. We're just regular folks here. We're not entertainers by any means or comedians, but we were talking earlier. What'd you call it?
That computer term, what you see is what you get.
And what do they call it?
WYSIWYG.
WYSIWYGs. We're WYSIWYGs.
Yeah.
So we're just regular folks. But anyway, we thank you for being here. We wanted to talk a little bit about a few of the comments that we got that we really appreciated. We pinned Kathy Nagels to the top. She said, sometimes it's a very small world. Not only do we share our love for Jesus, we share our first name, Kathy with a K, and have the same anniversary date. That's amazing. How about that? I know.
I couldn't have coordinated that any better.
I know it, yeah. She said, but that's not all. Last year I made my sister-in-law a quilt for Christmas out of a kit that used those very same hem blocks and songbook fabrics.
How about that?
She said that she's not much of a quilter. I doubt that.
Yeah, I'd love to see that quilt.
Yeah, but her sister-in-law really loved it, and I know she did. There's something very special about receiving a quilt for somebody that's been handmade.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
The majority of my quilts are gone. I don't have a huge number around the house.
No, she makes them and gives them away.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, you make them and you have a certain person in mind, and you just can't wait to gift it to them.
That's
but anyway,
right. That's right. So. Yeah, so that's wonderful. Mm-hmm. And also, we got a comment here from somebody, a name that I ran across. I read the comment or the name of the person, and it sounded so familiar, but I did not know where it was, and I had to actually look it up here. Matacat. I never heard of Matacat. Where is that? Matacat. Yeah, it says
What was her?
Matacat Mom.
Matacat Mom.
Matacat Mom. And so I actually looked it up, and what do you know? It turned out to be in the same neighborhood. Not in the neighborhood, but I mean, I'm from Massachusetts myself, from North Reading, Mass. And this is from Nantucket.
Okay.
Yeah, Nantucket, out of Cape Cod there, in that, and so I knew I had heard that before, but I thought that was great. What a connection! Yeah. Having been back to Massachusetts for several years, I can only imagine the changes that it's gone through, like most other places there. But it was very nice to hear from you there, and thank you so much. You, in fact, you actually were the one you advised us to save your stitches. Is actually a prime schooler.
A Prairie schooler.
A Prairie schooler, not prime schooler.
Prairie schooler, New World sampler. So thanks for letting us know that.
I really appreciate that information. Yeah. And
it's a beautiful sampler. Yeah. I was so glad we got it.
Yeah. And thank you so much for that information.
Yeah.
What a wonderful thing. I would never known. We got a connection. I got a friend from Massachusetts.
Yeah. And then Christine with Hollis Hands Create, she made a comment too and said that we have the same. We have a connection as far as French heritage in our background. Her some of the same French roots. Her father's grandmother was French, and so that's really neat. My grandmother's name was Georgiana Ringuette. Oh, isn't that a pretty name? I never met her, but I do have pictures of her, and she was really a pretty woman. But.
Oh, my ancestors are Irish. Nobody wants to talk about them for some reason. I don't know why. We'll let them in anyway, right?
Anyway, so we thank you for the comments. Excuse me, we weren't able to put the quilt up for this FlossTube. We tried, but it didn't work. So I'm going to grab it, and Peter's going to hold it up, and then I'll talk about it.
We got to readjust here. So 1, 2, 3, shift.
Yes. So hold on, bear with us.
Yeah. This is a real professional operation we got going on here. Okay. So we got that. There we go. Is it right? You got the right end up?
I think so.
Yeah, I do. Got that hangers right here. Okay.
This is a paper piece quilt that I did several years ago out of a Robert Kaufman batik jelly roll. And I saw the pattern at the quilt shop, one of the quilt shops that I go to. And when I saw it, I said, oh, I got to do that. It's just so pretty. So I got the pattern, and it's called Grand Pineapple. And I'm sure it's still available. I will put the information down below for anybody that's interested. But it is a paper piece pattern. It was a wonderful, wonderful pattern. You get all these, it's like an old pattern with the paper, that you get, and you tape them all together, and you start in the very center with a 2.5-inch square, and then you slowly work your way out. But the pattern, let me show you. See if I can do this without actually showing you the pattern. should have marked this. It tells you exactly what you need to cut for each row. And it shows for a light row or a dark row or whatever, then that's what you need to cut, and you have to label them so that you don't get the pieces mixed up. So that was my label system. I had little pieces of Post-it notes on all my little strips that I cut. So, and I quilted this myself, and I used a template from Amanda Murphy called the circle templates. And I was able to just keep going around and do this geometric pattern going around. I did some feathers here, and then I did straight line quilting on the border. You can see some of the straight line quilting. Anyway, this was a blast to do. It was a lot of fun. I would love to make another one. These are my favorite colors. That's why I just decided to do it in that colorway. Looks very fallish. Thank you, sweetheart.
Alrighty, you're welcome. Yeah, it is a beautiful little quilt. We keep it hanging in our foyer. Sorry about that. Banging the table, and well, now you're thinking you're watching the old Star Trek show there, where they get hit by the photon array and everything, and the whole place shakes. They're all actually just standing still there, acting like yeah. But no, in this case, it was just me.
Yeah. But anyway, I wanted to mention too that when you're doing paper piecing, it really helps if you have the right tools. And I went ahead and bought what I needed. I've done some paper pieces before, but they have these rulers called Add a Quarter. And it really helps. It really helps to, that one's a longer one, this is the shorter one. But you butt your seam up against that, and then you cut, and that gives you your 1/4 inch seam allowance. Very accurate, very safe. Wonderful instructions, and they even have this one called Add an 1/8, because I did one paper piece pattern. It's a very small wall hanging, and it had so many pieces in it, you had to limit the amount that was in your seam allowance. So that worked good for that. And then other templates that I used to quilt it, I'll just show you these real fast. These are Amanda Murphy's Good Measure, Every Circle. And one side has a grippy
Texture there,
finish on it. The other side is slick, and it has all of the measurements. So this grips your fabric as you're quilting. And this is for long arm quilters or you know, sit down quilters. And there's so many different size circles. You can do the inside and the outside. I sound like a commercial for Amanda Murphy.
It almost looks like those little that game you have. You put it on the thing and you put the pen in.
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah.
Draw a concentric circle. What do
Not
they
an
call
Etch-a-Sketch.
Not an Etch-a-Sketch. Ah.
But yeah, but you get perfect circles with this. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. It's good to have good tools.
Good to have good tools. So that I used for the circles. The feathers I just free motioned. And then the straight line quilting, I used this template from 4paws, 4pawsquilting.com, and it's called a line tamer, and they make them in different sizes. And I have used this in so much of my straight line quilting, because you can put your foot in there and you just get a perfect line.
Yep. Get those little things there to hold your fabric in place too.
Yeah, well this is, I put that on. This is actually shelf paper lining, and it's a little rubber. And then I use double-sided tape. And that grips the fabric, so when you're quilting.
Keeps it from slipping.
Keeps it from slipping so much, yeah.
That's handy.
Excuse me.
You know how to improvise, adapt, and overcome.
Let me put this down here to get it out of the way.
All right.
So that's the quilt of the FlossTube.
Very nice.
Very nice. Thank you.
Okie dokie.
It was fun.
So let's see. We're going to come
previous finishes.
Previous finishes. Okay.
Excuse my coughing, guys. I'm sorry.
All right. Yeah, we were looking through some stuff there to try to figure out what we're going to show you all, and then had a previous finish that came up. Kathy found is some chalices that I made, decorative. They're not obviously for drinking, that kind of thing. But these are chalices that are made out of different kind of woods laminated together. So here's the first one, and this is made out of, all these are made out of primarily cherry, maple, and walnut. And you see you get a little design there, and that comes primarily because when I laminate these together, it's a square block, and as you can see, in the center here, what do you call that? Nine patch.
Mm-hmm.
Nine patch there.
Block, yeah.
And of course I had a walnut and maple that, but it's all one square piece. And when you cut into it, that's when you get these designs that you see here, and whatnot. So
neat.
There's a lot of fun to make these type of things, and just just go to town and glue a bunch of wood together and see what you get. That walnut really looks nice there.
Beautiful finish.
I did a different one here, little bit different shape. Now this has got cherry as the bowl primarily,
and the bottom.
And the bottom, bottom, yep. And it's still got the same. Again, I used walnut instead of cherry for my 9-patch there.
Walnut and maple, isn't it?
But you can see all the design you get for it and whatnot, and these are just a whole bunch of fun to make, and I'd love to make these and give away for gifts and stuff like that. But they are just decorative. But then this is the last one here.
They're time extensive, though. It takes a lot of time to do that.
Yeah, because you got to glue and wood, and you got to wait and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of planning, putting pieces together and stuff like that. And then, of course, inevitably, you get into it and you got to figure, what shape am I going to use? Am I going to make a little shape like this or whatever, all these little designs. There's so many different things you can do.
I just love that.
And it's just a real ball to make these type of
We've got a lamp in our living room that is made like this.
Yeah, that goes way back. Wow,
that was from shop.
That was from shop in high school. That's why I learned to turn how to turn wood. It was actually in high school.
Wow.
Yeah, I had wood hobby shop back then. They had a lathe. That was my most favorite thing. That's all I ever wanted to do, and consequently, I made straight A's in wood hobby shop and straight D's and everything else. So everybody knew where my career was headed. But anyway. And then, as I was going out my shop, under a pile of dust, and I mean a pile of dust.
It's very dusty out there.
Was this ancient piece of cherry that
this
I made out of ice.
Cherry.
The same cherry that I've previewed in our last few floss tubes there that was full of ant holes and everything like that. But this one was pretty much pristine. No ant holes or anything like that. It's rough. I mean, it's an old piece of wood. And I thought I would make a top for this. I left the top cut out here like that to make a top for this, and I envisioned originally making a top and put a little stick in there like the old timey butter churn. But I had made some others as well. I set this aside. I put a little bit of finish on this, so it's really not even really completely finished yet. And I started working on some other vases, and I ended up making some vases for people to hold utensils in that.
In the kitchen, great for that. We've got one in our kitchen.
Yeah. And I think that Kathy's idea is probably the best idea with that. I think right now I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. That's the inside. You can see where my finish went down as far initially as I did this there. And I think I'll finish off the inside there. And this is actually just going to turn out to be another utensil holder.
Even, for dried flowers or some type of flower arrangement, not with water, but silk flowers.
Anytime if I wanted to, I can make a top for it and for a display that. So anyway, this is a beautiful piece of cherry my friend gave me that really do appreciate there, and it looks even now just with just a basic finish on it there. It looks so nice. Boy, I can imagine what it's going to look like when I really put a good solid finish on that. So that's my previous there.
That's your previous.
And with all the woods that I work with, like this one, when I brought it out there, I had to use a little bit of wax on there.
That's right. Yeah.
So we got this stuff here that's called feed and wax. It's actually beeswax. And this product here, which you can get this at Home Depot, Lowe's, any hardware store basically there. But this is really good stuff. Kathy uses it quite a bit.
In the shipping department.
In the shipping department. Make sure everything just looks pristine when it goes out, that kind of thing. But I always use this on all my
It's got a nice smell too.
Nice lemony smell. You could use it on your furniture and that kind of stuff. Just put it on there and then buff it out. It was really good
all
stuff.
Natural, all natural. It's not gonna hurt anything.
Just wanted to share that with you because some of you might like to know, and I show that. Oh, we're gonna wait until I show that.
I guess.
Yeah.
And then let's see. I was looking around for a previous finish, for me to share, just something small. And I looked at my fridge, and this has been hanging on my fridge for 2 years or more. This is one of the first things I made when I came back to cross stitch, and it was a free pattern from Stitching with the Housewives. And it says
beautiful.
blessed. with the sunflowers.
Beautiful sunflowers.
I just think it's real pretty. And this is my first time doing this type of finish too, so I was pleased. And first time stitching on gray Ada, which was a little tricky, but you know, I did it with it being small, it wasn't too hard.
I love having that on the fridge. Reminds me of how blessed we are each and every day.
Yeah, and this is actually a picture, one of those picture frames. So I did it on mat board, glued it to the picture frame. This is magnet on the back, so that sticks to the fridge. So
beautiful little piece, though.
Yeah,
I like that.
Thank
I like
you.
that. Those reminders all over the place of some beautiful artwork. Yeah. So that was a good start.
That's a good start. So
Excellent.
that's our previous finishes.
Those are previous finishes. Okay.
So, do you have a whip?
Yes. I got a whip here. In fact, I got a bunch of little whips.
We don't little whips. You want me to hold them?
Yeah. Okay. If you want to. This is they're so small they got to be held in the palm of the hand. Kathy asked me a few months ago, said, "Can you make a real small one there to use for a zipper pull and or to put on a fob or something like that?" And of course, my first knee-jerk reaction was no, because these are really small, and you know, you think because they're smaller they'd be easier to make, but that's not really the case. And but these, I thought I'd give it a try here. Week 4 last, and I made one. I was so excited. I came in and showed Kathy, and she actually took one and put it actually on her zipper pull for her bag, which she has here.
I squealed like a little schoolgirl when I saw it.
Said, "Oh, it's so cute." You know how you ladies do.
So cute.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So I thought that was neat, and it actually turned out to be a lot of fun. I really enjoyed making these, you know. And of course, we could put a little hole in there for the thread to go through. And of course, you know, every skep that I make now is mandatory to have a little hole for the bee to get in out of, and so it really is fun making these little things. And so I'm gonna be putting on those. She's gonna be putting them on all her bags. And then I'm going to be putting them on something else, which I'll show you here in a few minutes as well too.
Yeah.
But
and we're gonna see if we can learn how to make the little scissor zipper pulls with maybe some wooden beads, you know, and the little bee skep down at the end of it.
Mini skip.
We'd love to be able to find some scissor charms and maybe a bee charm or something to put on there. I think that would be really cute.
Can you imagine a little pair of scissors and
wish we could find a little bitty
that would be so cool.
That would be really cool.
So anyway, so that's something new, a lot of fun to do, and be seeing more of those there. I also do have another work in progress.
Do you want to swap back and forth, and that way we're not talking?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, this is. Let me show you this first.
Yes.
This is my September. Something just fell.
Oh.
The one that I need.
Uh-oh. She'll disappear in a minute here, but she'll be back.
Yep. This is September, so I did get stitching in every day, and I worked on samplers every day.
Yeah, she's been working hard.
Yeah, but I didn't get a lot of time on it, but I got some. So, you know, every little bit counts. What the one I was going to show you.
And away she goes. Oh, you're going to... Okay.
Fell on the floor, so...
There you go. She'll be back in a second here. Yeah.
Well,
but we've been busy these last few weeks here between Buddy, getting him to the doctor and that, and vehicle issues and all kinds of stuff and going on. We've just been so busy with so many things. But anyway, that's...
it's life. You know, life happens.
That's life.
But this is the first thing I picked up since I saw y'all last. We saw you last. Is Tetelestai, which is Hebrew for "it is finished." And when last I picked this up, I just had some of the border done, so I was able to complete the borders all the way around. So
love that red.
Yes, and this is being stitched with NPI Silk China Red, number 504.
Beautiful.
And what I'd like to do is get all of the floral motifs in through here, get the cross in here and the floral motifs, and then the last thing would be the words. But I'm not sure when I'm going to get back to this. Anyway, so progress is progress.
She'll get to it. She'll get to it.
Yes.
Only good time.
Progress is progress. The next thing I picked up and worked on was, let me put that down here. Sorry for the noise. You hold that for a second.
I got it. Yep.
was Mary Clayton from Hands Across the Sea. Beautiful, beautiful chart.
Nice, nice, nice. So young, too.
Yeah, 9 years old.
Wow.
9 years old. These charts are amazing. They're so easy to read. So easy to see. And when I've got strings going everywhere, so when I picked it up, I had one of the angels in, both the birds and some of the border, but I was able to get the other angel in and do the roof with the chimneys, the cross, and the eaves. So I was pleased with that. And I'm using Vicki Clayton's hand-dyed fibers silks.
Very nice. Pretty, pretty, pretty.
So I worked on that. And then I picked up Jeanette Douglas's mini floral boutique sampler. That's a free pattern that she's doing this year. Started in January and going through December. And every month we get a new chart. She's got it charted for overdyed floss, but she also has a DMC conversion, and I'm using the DMC. So I was able to catch up through September, which I was really happy with that.
Beautiful flowers.
So I'll hold this up so you can see it, and I hope I'm being still enough so you can see. So I was able to get July, August, and September complete. Excuse me, but I have to do the row that goes down below. And I did make a mistake on the tomato basket. I left out 2 rows. I'm always prone to point out my mistakes, but if you're looking at this and you're doing it and you think, well, hers looks different than mine, this is why, because I left out 2 rows on the basket. So the tomatoes are 2 rows lower. I didn't realize until I had already done the basket and come up here and done this whole side, so I was not going to rip it out. I just let it be.
That's right. I wouldn't leave it either. It's beautiful.
Let it be low. So today's the 1st. That means she's got another pattern out there for us.
Yay.
So I'm looking forward to getting
Something to
that
look forward to.
Something
Absolutely.
to look forward to. Yep.
Indeed.
And then the last thing I picked up, and this is my stitch that I take over to my friend Barbara's house.
Yep. So pretty.
This is just a little house needlework sheep virtues chart called Patience. Very sweet. And I was able to get the grass done down here, fill in the leaves, get the words. Now I'm working on the border. There's a flower that's over here and a little center for that flower, and I do the border and I'll be done. So I love this fabric. It's a 28 count.
Yeah, it's a beautiful color.
This is the first lakeside linen I've used. It is a pretty color, isn't it? Looks like water, cool water.
Yeah. Yep. Very nice.
And this is a pin keep from Christina of Siggy's Closet. Pretty little butterfly. And these are all DMCs. And then I had one more thing. I'm going to have to reach back over here.
Okay, reaching
Excuse
in.
me.
She'll be back. She keeps disappearing on us.
Stand by. Oh. Ooh, sorry. This is Peter's birthday start. This is the second restart. No. I had a start, and then this is the restart. First restart, yeah. First one was on blue, which was a beautiful, beautiful fabric, 36 count linen by Seraphim. Yeah. But I couldn't use it because many of the colors were just fading into it. Yeah. And the name of it is And a Forest Grew by Karen Kluba at Rosewood Manor. Just an absolutely beautiful chart. Mm. So I knew I had to restart it, and I decided to try it. It looked like it was a white fabric. So I decided to go with a white linen, and I chose a 40 count, which wasn't sure if I could do that or not, and I got it in, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't see it. And I would go upstairs every day and look at it and just look at it, try to focus on it. And every time I looked at it, it was like I could see it a little bit more. I wasn't stitching, I was just looking at it.
Training those eyes.
Yeah, so finally I said, okay, I'm going to give it a go.
Getting those peepers adjusted.
And I put on my mag eyes and cut on the lights, and I was able to do a little bit.
Yeah, happy little tree.
So that's my restart. Pretty little tree and birds. And you can see all the colors, which that makes me very happy. This is supposed to be my 25/7, which is supposed to be 25 minutes or 25 stitches, 7 days a week. Work on it all the time. Well, mine is more like 25/3. But, you know, I'm going to keep going with it and see if I can build that up and do it every day.
Yep.
Oh, I was supposed to stop them. I'm sorry, I get going. I'm get on
a roll. He's on a roll. Okay.
Get on a roll. Okay, you go. You have more.
I got one more. Yeah. I was asked to make a dough bowl by some friends of ours. A request.
Three dough bowls.
Now, you know, the dough bowls are long and they're like trough-like and that. There's not something that you turn. And I'm a wood turner. But nevertheless, this was a request from friends, and I thought, well, I'll give it a try. And actually, I've done some before. I made a couple for Kathy there. But you know how it is, especially you quilters can probably identify with the fact that when somebody learns that you sew, or if you're a quilter but they know you sew, they automatically assume that you know how to take in alter and hem and all that kind of stuff. So
sew these curtains.
Well, it happens with us wood turners too. Like, can you make this? Can you make that? And that. But anyway, I like the challenge, so I do have this. I found a couple of spalted oak logs that are really quite spalted, and I used a special tool to dig them out.
Let me hold it so you can talk.
Okay, all right, yeah, I used a special tool. I actually attached it to my my grinder, a little chainsaw attachment, and some other wood carving tools that I use to dig it all out. It's very rough now. It's got to be sanded and shaped.
Spalting right here.
But as you might notice on I got tape on either ends of this here and some black inky gooey looking stuff on there. What that is epoxy. And this is what I use for old wood that I work with that has cracks or damage or something like that. I infuse it with glue or epoxy or CA glue, thin glue, whatever, that depend on the grain of the wood. So for this type of thing, these had some pretty severe cracks on either end. And so I fill those up with epoxy, and now they're all dry, I'll grind it all down and sand it, and they won't look black anymore. But you will, where the cracks were, they will show. But it'll look like natural veins in the spalted type of wood there. Yeah,
because this has black streaks in it, just where it's spalted.
Right, yeah, because that's the fungus that's in the spalting of the wood there and stuff like that. So that'll look old, natural, and then I'll wash it down good with tung oil. And which is a very good oil that'll really bring out the color of the wood, especially the spalted oak like this there. There's nothing better than oils for wood. It's good for the wood, it's good for the viewing, and that. But it does take about 5 days to cure after you put it on there. Where
do you have to keep reapplying it?
No, I usually maybe two coats. Two coats. For something like this, it's old and dry. It's going to soak up a lot. So I'll probably 2 coats on this. But
and you're going to round these edges out.
I got round these edges. I got some sharp edges on here. You don't want sharp edges when it goes out like that. And, so I'm going to sand it all. It's still going to be sanded down, finished up,
very time intensive.
Yeah, and I got 3 of them, but this is kind of fun. You can put a lot of stuff in there and that. And the nice thing about that tung oil, that even after it does cure, it's oil, so you definitely wouldn't want to drink this stuff. But after it does cure, after 72 hours, it is completely safe. You can put fruits and stuff and nuts and stuff like that in there. So, but I wouldn't drink soup out of it or anything like that. But
I've got a lot. That's a Jethro bowl.
That's a Jethro bowl there. So anyway, this is kind of fun. It's a work in progress. I wanted to show you that, and
we have some pictures I took the other day when he was using his little mini. What would you call that tool where you're gouging it out?
Yeah, that's the grinder.
It's a grinder.
Yeah, my grinder.
Stuff was going everywhere. He was totally covered in sawdust.
I do this out in the driveway because if I do this in the shop. Man, it's going to take me a month to get the shop cleaned up again, and that's just not worth it. So,
anyway, so we'll put a picture up here.
Yeah, right here. We'll show you. So, she got the pictures. We'll put it up there, and it's kind of.
Yeah, but that's neat. I can't wait to see all 3 of them done. And she said she wanted 3, and she didn't mind waiting.
Yeah. So that's good because you know, I'm just a one-man shop here and can only work so fast.
Yeah. So that's our whips.
That's
now
all the whips.
We're going to talk about let's see, plans. Have you got plans?
I got plans. I definitely
I've got plans, but I didn't bring them with me. My plans, my main plan for October is I want to join with I forgot to get her name. Lost and Floss. She does a FFO. I can't remember her name. It just escaped me. But anyway, she does an FFO October. And that's when she really concentrates on getting things finished. Finished. So that's what I want to do. I was looking in my drawer today. I've got stuff in my bottom drawer that I just roll up and put down there when I finish. And I try not to forget about them, but when they're down there, you do kind of forget about it. So anyway, I want to pull those out, and there's a lot I want to get finished, either in little pillows. I don't have very many smalls. Most of them are going to be framed. Some Prairie schoolers I want to get put in those little wooden boxes that I got.
Yes, those would be nice.
Yeah, so anyway, that's going to be a big concentration, is try to, and maybe I can show y'all some FFOs next.
Yeah, they're going to look nice. I
FlossTube.
can't wait to put those in frames.
Yeah. And then my next one is to try to catch up. Let me show you. Do you mind if I just go with this a little?
No, go right ahead. That's good.
Okay. I just kind of jumped right in. I want to catch up on Whip Go. If you're unfamiliar with Whip Go, Jessie Marie does stuff on Instagram and Facebook. She has a Facebook group called Whip Go 2022, and this is her brainchild. And what her whole purpose was so you could get stuff done throughout the year. You could have focus, you could have goals, and you could do your own thing and just try to get some whips done. So you're supposed to pick out however many whips you want to work on throughout the year. You give them a number, and then you put them in a chart that is 1 through 25. And every month she calls 2 numbers on the 26th or 27th of the month. And then you go to your chart and say, okay, she called 3 and 16 or whatever. And that's what you're supposed to work on. You do your own goals. When I first started, my goals were 10 days per item. Well, I soon learned that wasn't even feasible. So I switched that over to 10 hours. And so that's what my goals are. But I'm behind the ones that are in the darker green. And I forgive this poor quality print. My inkjets, for some reason, didn't want to print right. So not the green. The green's good. Green means it's done. But the blue is where I need to play catch up for September and October. So I want to try to play catch up on my Whip Go. And then I want to pick one sampler and concentrate on it. So it's catch up on Whip Go, one sampler, and my FFOs. That's my plans.
Well, that's a good plan.
That's my plans.
Good. Nice you're organized like that and put that all in Excel.
Well,
print it out so you can keep track of that. I can't keep up with that. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I'm driven by what needs to be done. So
yeah, but you just go, and you can work on 5 or 6 things at one time.
I can work things a little bit faster.
I used to could do that, but I can't. I don't multitask real good anymore.
Well, I don't really either, but
no, you do. You do. You have
this woodworking. It lends itself to doing things a lot faster, I think, than your.
I don't know.
Yours, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, what are your plans, Peter?
My plans. I want to make some more of those spools out of some really nice wood that Kathy actually bought me several years ago. Several years ago. She bought me. I want to show you this piece of wood.
He's the only man in America that gets wood for his birthday.
That's right. And happy I am. Right here, this is a very heavy, dense piece of wood. Rosewood Patagonia. And Kathy bought me the piece. This is actually cut in half. Yeah. And I took the first half and turned a very nice little candle holder for a wide candle out of it there. And this is what the piece looks like that's finished. This is it right here. And it's a heavy little booger. I tell you, some of these exotic woods, they are so beautiful. This one needs to be probably cleaned up a lot more. It's been sitting around upstairs. And
it's sitting on my bookshelf.
Sitting on a bookshelf. So it's
put a candle in it?
And a candle, of course, there's a candle. This one here is a little too big for it.
I like it.
but see, it fits right on there like that. But
yeah,
I made a little inset like that where it's supposed to hold the candle, but this, oh no, I was limited. The wood is only this big to begin with, so I mean I couldn't make it bigger.
4x4x4?
Yeah, it's 4x4x4. Yep, exactly. So this kind of sits on top, but it slides around. I should put a little spike in the center maybe and go up through there to hold the candle so that, you know, when you bang into it, it won't knock it off the shelf and stuff like that. But it's a beautiful piece of wood.
It's beautiful.
This is going to become a spool.
I mean,
I'm going to make a 5-holer out of it.
That doesn't even look like that. Look at the difference when it's finished. Hold on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The grain comes out when it's finished there. And this would actually look a lot better if it actually probably needs to be touched up and refinished again, because this is what 4 or 5 years old now?
At least.
If
probably
not
longer
than
than
that, yeah. So, anyway, beautiful
so
wood
heavy.
From wherever this comes from. I don't know if it comes from Australia or South America or something like that.
Maybe some of y'all might know.
Rosewood, Patagonia.
Rosewood, Patagonia.
I guess I could Google it as well,
yeah,
too.
We could do that. Yeah.
And anyway, so in addition to that, she bought me another piece, and again, a very dense wood itself. This piece here is called Bubinga.
Bubinga.
I don't know what language that is or whatever, but it's a very dense. Look at the grain on this thing. You can see it's very, very tight, and I'm telling you, it's very heavy. I'm gonna split this booger in half too, and I'm gonna make 2 spools out of it as well. That I think we'll put on there. But I know, boy, it's so heavy. This is gonna cost a lot for shipping. So
yep.
And it's gonna probably cost more to ship it than. But anyway. So anyway, beautiful pieces of wood. I can't wait to get it. It turns so nice. They smell so good when you're cutting them and working with them and that kind of thing. I really love working with some of these exotic woods. They're just very heavy, and they're very hard. I didn't mention that before too. They're so hard. I got to sharpen my tools quite often.
Yeah.
I like to keep sharp tools because sharp tools cut really fine, and they work well with this hard wood as well too. But we'll finish that up. And that'll look really nice. We look forward to showing you that as a whip, or I mean a FFO.
FFO.
See, I'm still
you know, and
learning
that's the
acronyms here.
same with quilting. You know, when I put a new rotary blade in my cutter, it cuts so
Rips right
smooth. Yeah. So I try to keep them fairly.
Yeah. See, I can sharpen
change.
mine. You can't sharpen. You got to just change those blades all the time.
Yeah. We tried getting that sharpener one time, remember, and that didn't work.
Yeah, that was don't recommend that. No.
Yeah. Didn't work so great.
So
anyway, that's our plans.
My plans.
That's our plans.
My plans.
And I wanted to shout out.
The hands going back and forth.
I'm looking for the piece of paper.
Where'd it go? Okay, she found it.
Yeah, we've already been through this once, so we didn't put it. We have learned that you don't put stuff away until you make sure that the video worked. The first video. It was so good, and we had good timing and all that.
Yeah.
And we stopped. We were going to go get lunch, come back and sit and watch the video to make sure everything was okay. But we started it before that, and there was no sound.
No sound. The microphone was on, and but though we had this fixed two videos ago.
Yeah, no
and
sound.
then went into the system, found out that it had been
muted somehow.
Muted. It was muted, even though it was showing on. It was actually not recording. So this is the second time going through this.
So we hope this is working this time. I don't know if we'll do this
we
again.
tested it 3 times before we did this show.
Yeah.
It'll come. It's fine.
Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to shout out just a few FlossTubers that I've watched. And there's no way I can list everybody. You know, I watch all the regulars. You know, Brenda and Laura and Finally a Farm Girl and Saltbox Stitcher. You know, and all of them. But also try to add some new ones and people that I haven't seen before, and let y'all know about them. Although, some of these I've definitely watched before, but there was one new one that I watched, Shane Brook Cottage. And it was really good, and she gave me a tip. She's a sewist, a seamstress, a quilter, and a cross stitcher.
Wow.
And she's new at this too, so I know exactly how she feels. But anyway, she gave a really good tip about sergers. I have a serger that I've had for years that a neighbor gave to me. It was her grandmother's. And it's a very old Bonina, but it still works. It's still good, but I have no idea how to thread it. I've never had one. I don't know how to do it. I can't find the manual. It didn't come with the manual. So anyway, excuse me, she said that this book that she's using is excellent in helping her to learn about the serger. The name of the book is A Field Guide Serger 101, and it's by Katrina Walker. So I'm going to see if I can find that. See if I can learn how to thread that serger, and I can serge fabric, linen, and I can do other serging.
There you go. Serge with reckless abandon.
Yeah, so I appreciate that, Shane Brook Cottage. Also watched Darlene Dion Designs. She's up in Nova Scotia, and she is she's a joy to watch too. They have been that area was hit with the previous hurricane.
Prior to Ian.
Prior to Ian. And we watched some video from Nova Scotia, and it was just devastating. So she said she's fine, but then in the surrounding area, there's been a lot of damage. I watched Hollis Hand Creates. Christina, I really enjoyed Christina. She's got such a soothing voice. I can instantly relax when I watch her videos. I watched Jen's Stitching Niche, and she's a joy to watch too. She's very creative. Also enjoyed Cornhusker State Stitchers. They did a quilt kit parade. Oh my goodness, they had so many quilt kits, but it really was inspiring to watch. Made me want to get going on some quilts, and I don't have a lot of kits per se, but I've got a lot of fabric, and I've got a lot of patterns, so and a lot of books. Oh gosh, I have so many books, so there's just not enough time. Anyway, so those are a few of the FlossTubers that I really enjoyed this time.
Good inspiration there.
Good inspiration, yeah. So, do we have some shop news?
We do. Shop news. We showed you a few minutes ago the little mini Skeps that we make there and whatnot. Well, what it started out all this was when I made the first one there, and I thought, it might be good. I was working actually at the time making an ore container, a lidded bowl for somebody or for whatever. Anyway, and instead of putting on one of the type of the little lids,
the knobs
on the top, I thought, well, let me try this. Kathy's been asking me to make these small Skeps. Maybe try one and put one on there and see what it looks like. And so this is what came up. This is just a regular live edge, partial live edge piece of maple. A nice little bowl here and that, and same's on the inside.
Perfect place for your orts.
Yeah. And I made a cherry top, and then I made this little bee skep to go on the top to take it on and off with. Now, this was the first one, so I actually, it looks different than the others. I have no hole in it or the bee hole in it or anything like that. But
it's already glued on. So.
It's already glued on there, and so I just kind of let it go like that. But,
and this is in their shop. This one's in our shop. Yeah,
this is in shop. I actually got 3 of them in there.
Two more.
Some with some different bottoms. I put some maple, walnut on one bottom, and then actually a palm.
Do you want me to get them so you can show them?
Okay, yeah, sure. If you want to,
Excuse
that would be great there. Just some different designs and whatnot. But some of these maple these are solid pieces of maple that I used to cut the little bowl out of there, and then these other ones I added something to them on the bottoms because I just wanted to shore up the bottoms and also have a place to put our little Pete's Bee Skep new medallions that we got there so I don't have to sign things anymore. But yeah, here's 2 other pieces. This has got walnut and a cherry top. That one has an oak top actually, and on the bottom, as you can see, hers has got the
cherry,
little slice of cherry on there, and then the bamboo. That's bamboo, and I put that on there just to shore up the bottoms of these there. You can see the walnut.
They come off really nice and easy too.
Yeah. I usually like myself. I like to make the lids tighter, but Kathy says she likes them looser like that, so they just come off really easy.
Yeah.
Like that, so
anyway, you can do it one-handed.
Yeah. Again, live edge bowls. Yeah, one-handed. Oh, and this one has there we go. This one has a bee hole in it.
This one does too. Yes.
Oh, I guess that. Well, the first one didn't, so that's just the kind of the way that's going to go out the door, I guess. So maybe I could put a hole in it.
You probably could put. I don't know about the top.
Probably could. Yeah.
On the side.
But anyway, so this is
Aren't they cute?
This is just a new idea that thanks to Kathy with her idea of using these little bee skeps, and use them for fops now and all kinds of stuff.
Zipper pulls and
fobs.
Try to make some fobs.
Fobs, yeah.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Alrighty. So that's all I've got to show for that.
That's your plans.
That's my plans. Yeah. So
how about the
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Plants. I did buy some cocobolo, which is a.
I guess this is Hall, but that's fine.
Hall.
No.
This is Hall.
This is Hall.
This is Hall.
Hall,
y'all. I'll never get this terminology right. It's amazing I can even function. I tell you. Anyway, this little piece that I got in my hand here. This is a piece of cocobolo. And I know this stuff comes from South America. It's very dense wood as well too, and it's kind of heavy for the little size it is. I was going to make some little bee skeps out of it, but because of it's kind of cost prohibitive with these things here, so I actually bought 4 of these, and I'm going to put them all together and make a square laminated there, and I'll make a couple of bee skeps or some spools out of that. So I'm going to do that, as well as I also got a good sale on these little. A few of these little walnut. These are walnut blocks here again.
Black walnut. Is it black walnut?
Black walnut. Yeah. So these will make nice little bee skeps, or I could glue these together, laminate, and make spools as well too. I don't really know until the time I go to do it as to what I'm actually what's gonna come out of these things here. But we'll show you as we get them together there. So,
I would love to see little bee skeps out of that. Just little bitty. I mean, like these little bee skeps.
Oh, out of the walnut?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be very pretty. This because it's got such beautiful grain in it, and it even looks kind of neat now. It's not even finished or anything like that. It's completely rough. But that's the way wood is. You dress it up and shine it up, and makes it all worth the while there. So that's all my haul or plans.
And I have very little haul this time. I've got very little. I don't know why. I don't know.
You didn't get much Happy Mail this last month.
Got some, but not a huge amount.
That'll be corrected.
But anyway, I got one of my Vicki Clayton silks, my silk packs for the month.
Nice.
This is the variegated silk packs. Yeah. Just absolutely beautiful.
That's good. Pretty colors.
Aren't they pretty colors? So, got that, and Fat Quarter Shop had a sale on their NPI silks. So I thought I would try some different varieties of white. And a couple of, they had 2 blacks, just to see how they are. And then I ordered some fobs from Christina of Siggy's Closet, and she does a beautiful job. Scissor fobs. Let me show you these. This is Christina at Siggy's Closet. She is so sweet. Oh. She's just very talented. Okay.
Sure thing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oops.
Upside down. There we go.
Look how pretty. Isn't that beautiful? It has little acorns.
Yep. Fall colors there.
Oh, it's just beautiful. Ooh, look at all that bling. That was one.
Okey-doke.
This one has beautiful pumpkin.
Oh,
Look at the green and the amber.
Make your scissors so happy.
Oh, I just think it's so pretty. And
But wait, there's
more.
more.
I just was in a fall mood. I only had a couple of falls. You gotta have more falls. And here's one with the beautiful
Grape cluster.
acorn.
Acorn.
No, pine cone.
Pine cone.
Pine cone.
Pine cone. That's right. Yeah.
Isn't that pretty?
Well. Very nice.
And then I got a some floss ring bling. It's pretty. It's got a pine cone and the cardinals.
Yeah, that's our state bird, North Carolina.
It's North Carolina state bird. Yep. There's a little red accent color there. And then I did have some Happy Mail.
This thing ever ends here.
This is it. it. This was my surprise from Christina.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bless her heart.
I know. Hang on. Oh, it got so cute. Oh, look.
Oh, yummy.
Peppermint.
Wow. It's Christmas time.
Isn't that pretty?
She does nice work, doesn't she?
And then there's the candy cane on the bottom. So she sent that. That's my Happy Meal. And then she sent some thread ring bling. Oh. Look how pretty.
Nice.
Isn't that gorgeous? I just love those colors.
Very nice.
She does a really pretty job. So, that's my haul, y'all.
How about that? Very good. Very good.
Wait a minute, is that all? Yeah. Then she sent a beautiful card too. Sweet card. So, then I had an organizing tip.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Yeah.
Organizing tip.
And then we have our giveaway.
And we have our giveaway, yep.
Just a real quick organizing tip. I was on Instagram and saw this, and I thought, oh, you know, I was keeping all of my linen, fabric in a chest of drawers. And then every time I needed to go look, I'd have to pull them all out and spread them out. And it was just not very easy. So,
hand me that, I'll hold it for you.
Okay, we kind of need to hold it at an angle. But anyway, she made the suggestion of using, let me pull one of these out so they can see. Comic book papers, inserts, the cardboard protectors for comic books. And labeling with your type of linen, wrapping your linen around it and attaching it with this this clip that you can get from Amazon. They're called shirt clips or something like that. They're just plastic clips and they won't hurt your fabric. And I thought that's an ideal suggestion. I use these anyway for my fabrics, quilting fabrics in my closet upstairs. I've been doing that for years. Mm-hmm. And I wrap it, but then I store it upright like this. So in my closet you can see all this fabric. But in here, I do it by designer. Like this is Prairie Grass Seraphim, so I've got them alphabetically. So I can go right to the Seraphims that I have. Weeks Dye Works, R&R Productions, Picture This Plus, and so on, Fox and Rabbit, and so on and so on. And what I do is I just take the card that comes with it, instead of writing on it, and I staple that to the comic book paper, comic book cardboard. That way when I use this piece of fabric, I can take that off and I can reuse the comic book paper. And then it has a lid. See, these are ones I need to do. And it has a lid, so that keeps all the dust and everything out of it. I just thought that was an excellent, excellent idea.
Very good organization. Very good.
I don't have enough of, that's my 36 and 40 count, very little 40. Majority is 36. And I don't really have enough 32 or Ada to, substantiate getting a whole new box. But yeah, that works great.
It works good. You got great organization skills.
I love to organize.
Yeah, you get your whole closet up to organize with all of her material and everything like that. It's really amazing. I could never ever organize stuff like that.
Yeah, you can.
That's good.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
No, I will not.
You did your wood. Well, I mean, I kind of got you.
Well, there you go. With your help, man. Okay.
Anyway.
We have a winner.
We have a winner for the Prairie Schooler Evergreen. Evergreen. So we did the random comment generator today. And it came up, congratulations, Heather Ellis.
Yay, Heather.
Heather Ellis.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So thank you for playing along. Yeah, we appreciate that so much.
Yeah. You want me to read the comments?
Yeah, and if you would, I will comment on your comment, and then if you would, our email address will be in the drop down, and if you will email me your address, I'll get this out to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Heather. Anyway, thank you for your comment.
Yeah.
As I'll go ahead and read it here. My mom recommended your FlossTube to me, and I'm so glad she did. There is eye candy everywhere. Kathy, the quilt behind you is stunning. Your stitching is beautiful, and Pete's wood products are masterpieces. Prairie School Evergreen Santa is wonderful.
Oh, thank you, Heather.
Thank you, Heather, so much. I appreciate that, and I hope you enjoy this pattern.
Very gracious,
Your many
gracious
hours
words.
of joy and happiness.
Yes. We're not going to have a giveaway this FlossTube. We're at 500 and some subscribers, and we thought we would wait until we got to 750.
Yeah.
And once we reach 750, we'll have another giveaway, because we've been doing giveaways with every FlossTube.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah. So, you know, when we get to 750, so tell your friends.
Maybe that'll give us some time too to build up some really nice special things that I'm thinking about as well. I'm sure Kathy is.
Right.
That would be really special to give away for a giveaway, something like that. Something that you really would cherish and love to have. So.
Mm-hmm. But thank you for spending your time with us today.
Thank you so much.
Peter's gonna share.
Yeah. A little share a quick blessing if I could before we go. This comes from the book of Hebrews, and it says here in verse 20 and 21. Now may the God of peace, who brought up our Lord Jesus from the dead, that great shepherd of the sheep, through the blood of the everlasting covenant, make you complete in every good work to do his will, working in you what is well pleasing in his sight, through Jesus Christ, to whom be glory forever and ever. Thank you so much, FlossTubers and woodworkers out there.
Yes.
God bless. And,
God bless. And we're wishing you many happy stitches.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.